From WDWNT, the worldwide leader in Disney Parks news, this is ParksCenter. Hello there, everybody. Welcome to this week's edition of ParksCenter. Joining me on tonight's show, we have Ashley.
Hello.
Nathan.
Greetings from the Sunshine State.
Pete.
Sivako.
And Tom Corliss.
That's right, YouTube. You get to see me 5 times this week.
Oh,
Not overkill or anything.
All right, starting things off with our first topic of the night, a very late-breaking story here. Zootopia Land is coming to China, or Shanghai, I should say. So we
China.
Yeah.
technically correct.
I'm not wrong, but I could be more precise. So Shanghai Disneyland Resort, or Shanghai Disney Resort, I apologize, announced a Zootopia-themed land that is going to be coming soon, eventually, at some point. We don't have dates, we don't have ride specifics at this point. Really, the only thing we know is that there's going to be state-of-the-art technology bringing these characters to life, including Judy Hopps and Nick Wilde. So there's a lot of speculation at this point. I personally really just hope that we get this at Animal Kingdom relatively soon, because I really don't feel like trying to go to China to see this. But
I think that's the boat most people are in, and the problem is, like, that is the least accessible Disney resort, because people have reasons they don't want to go to China, or their political or their beliefs or things like that. Some people just don't feel safe going to China, and that's really, like, none of the other Disney resorts really have that problem, but this one is the one where everyone's like, can we get it here, because I don't want to go.
I hope this is a lot like Tron. Like, all right, we'll let them have it, but then send it our way. I think this is inevitable with Rafiki's Planet Watch now being seasonal? Question mark. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, I mean, obviously this is a big deal. Zootopia would fit better in Disney's Animal Kingdom than any other park in the world. I mean, it plays into that park perfectly. So we'll see what happens. But good for China getting all the fun stuff. They get a brand new park, then they get Toy Story Land. Give them Zootopia Land. Why not?
Yeah, I think, when I think through this, though, if we see it come to America, I think it's going to be tied in with a Zootopia 2, and I wouldn't be surprised if that's what happens. Yes. They're going to test this all out, they're going to get it the way they like it, and then they're going to announce Zootopia 2 because it did well, it won an Academy Award. There's no reason they wouldn't make a sequel to it. It's very popular. And then in conjunction with that, they would probably create the park and probably add additional sequel stuff probably to it. Probably wouldn't change rides or anything, but would probably just sort of flesh things out to add that sequel into it. That's my guess. So we'll probably hear I thought this before the Land too.
Development already.
Yeah, and I imagine it's on someone's list because it's super popular. So there's no reason they wouldn't do it. And it was a good merchandise seller as well because of the animal factor. So I think we'll see it.
Yeah. I'm really looking forward to seeing what they end up doing with this concept. Like, just Zootopia as a land just makes so much sense. I want to know what attractions they're going to put there, honestly.
Well, all the material is there for you. You have so few movies give you ride vehicles, food, merch, like everything is pre-made, especially food. Like you have the popsicles, there's an ice cream parlor, there's all of these things that already exist that you just have to now make for people.
There's a train literally taking you to the land like the movie. It's perfect.
Well, I don't know if they're doing this. I don't see any.
If we put it in Animal Kingdom, where Rafiki's
then
Planet
it's like
Watch
Animal
was.
Kingdom, yeah.
That's
what I'm saying. You have the train leading you. Like there's that whole scene with Judy Hopps taking that train into Zootopia.
There doesn't look like there's a train in the Shanghai thing, though. I don't think they're getting.
No, I doubt it. I'm just saying it would fit perfectly into Disney's Animal Kingdom.
Yeah.
Yep.
We've said this a million times.
Yeah, we were talking about this before they announced any sort of Zootopia Land. So, thanks for listening, Disney.
So speaking of animals in Animal Kingdom, or animated movies in Animal Kingdom, however you want to transition this, we've got a bunch.
Oh, jeez. Don't over transition, Ben.
So
Go for it.
Lion King is celebrating its 25th anniversary, and I swear this story is about Lion King.
Wait, what?
Like everything else.
You're a regular
Everything
Bob
else, Guardian.
Chapek. Everybody, Lion King, but Guardians first.
So yes, Awesome Mix Live is for some reason coming back, but that's not the topic here. A new edition of Tree of Life Awakenings is going to be celebrating the Lion King for their 25th anniversary, going from Memorial Day through September 30th. We've got a new photo op in Animal Kingdom, which looks pretty great, honestly. This looks nice at night as well. It's all well lit. That's right as you come in the park, you make that first left, and it's right there, if I remember right.
No, it's over by Tiffin's.
Oh, it's over by...
There's
Okay.
another photo op. There's one up in the front, like before the entrance. There's a big one with the frame, and then this one's on the road to Tiffin's and Pandora.
You mean this one? Aha.
That's the one of the entrance.
There it is.
Yeah, my bad.
It looks exactly like the 20th anniversary one, just with Lion King on the front of it.
Because it's
Yes.
the
It
same
is.
frame.
Yes. Yeah. Okay,
Yeah,
just
shocker
checking.
of the year, Disney cheaped
Letting
out.
everyone know.
Because
But
money.
it's gorgeous. It's really
Oh, it's
pretty.
nice.
It is. I mean,
Nothing wrong with
why not reuse it? I mean, it looks nice, and I'm just excited. I think it's great that they're paying. Lion King was such a big movie of the '90s, and
Oh,
it's so
boy.
great that they still pay homage to it and celebrate its regular anniversaries. You know, the milestone ones. I think it's great. I wish that they would do more of this for a lot of the a lot of the big movies that we've had, especially now that, you know, the Renaissance movies and the movies from my childhood are starting to hit those milestone anniversaries. I think they need to do more of it. That's, the parks were supposed to be advertising for the movies. That was their original inception. And it doesn't hurt. People come, a lot of their first introduction to Disney is the movie.
Oh,
First of all, it's not that it was like one of the biggest movies of the 90s. It's one of the biggest movies ever. Lion King is timeless.
Well, yeah.
It was big in the 90s, and now, even if you don't know what Lion King is, hey, we got a brand new movie coming out this year. Lion King is back, baby.
Quote unquote.
Which is why they're doing it. I mean, the 25th is nice, and they're, open Walt's vault and sell it Blu-ray, but they're doing this and marketing it this way because they know they have another one coming out. So let's ramp up current nostalgia for the old film so we can get those people in the seats for the new version as well. That's why they're spending the buck.
yeah.
Beyonce's The Lion King.
I'm seeing it.
No, I mean, everybody will.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going for John Oliver, but yeah.
Yeah.
And also, I know we're over time. There's a dance party, because of course there is.
What? No.
And it's amazing.
Why
Tonight?
not?
A
Right
dance-
now?
Love it.
I'm in.
All right, moving on, because there's nothing to talk about with dance parties. Let's talk about.
I could go a minute on the dance party if you want.
Save that to the
let's
after
move away from that if we can help it. So we've got Mickey Minnie's surprise celebration in full swing for the 90th anniversary. We've got this nice little meet and greet here in their 90th celebration outfits, and honestly, I think that's pretty cool. I love the fact that we have a Mickey and Minnie meet together. Unless memory's serving me incorrectly, we haven't had one of those for a while in Magic Kingdom. So
Yeah,
that's
definitely
wearing
never
kind
had
of a nice
Brady
little
with
touch.
so much ankle.
Oh
gonna
gosh,
say,
yeah, let's go back to
it
that.
looks
Look
like
at
he
that.
has
Look at them
Capri's
high
on.
waters right there.
Oh my
I hate
gosh.
the pants.
Styling.
Are those even pants? Those are like
It's
jorts.
a party.
It's a millennial thing. None of us will understand.
At least he's not wearing his birthday
will.
suit.
Ready for it.
Oh, Ben.
God.
Plus
You know
one.
this is a nice meet and greet, and don't get me wrong, I think this is really cool, but I think the more cool meet and greets, weirdly enough, are happening in the front in the mornings. I think it's mornings, mid after. Is it mornings or early
11:30 to
afternoon?
4:30.
Right, which is these
Oh,
rare
yeah.
characters that are
Yeah.
popping up. We have Robin Hood and Little John, which, gosh, I hope I get there and get to have that picture. You got Remy and
Emil.
Emil, and then who else was there?
Nick Wilde and
Phineas and
Judy Hopps
Ferb.
shows up.
Yep. So a real mix
Yeah.
of different characters that we don't normally get to see. So
Yeah.
we never got fan days here, and this has that slight vibe of getting some of those costumes, not necessarily as rare.
Long
but
Lost
it's-
Friends Week.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Friends Week
It's
too.
like Long Lost Friends Week is kind of back. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's neat though. I like that. Suddenly there is this decision someone made that, oh, we don't have a lot of characters at Disney World anymore. How are we going to get them back out? And someone was like, oh, we'll put a pair out. Each day of the week will be different. And then in Animal Kingdom, let's dig out Brother Bear and Miko and all these other characters we don't. Suddenly there's all these characters that you haven't seen in years popping up. I think somebody said something. I think somebody in that department was like, let's get some of these back out there instead of the same 8 characters who appear in like every park.
Yeah.
I think
Or
it's a
they
great
took
thing.
money. Go ahead, Ashley.
Oh. I was going to say, I think it's a great thing. I mean, the costumes are just sitting there. They should use them. I mean, why wouldn't you? Granted, some of the kids may not know who some of those characters are, but the parents remember and then go home and show the kids the movie and potentially
go.
buy the movie. It's a plus for Disney to get the kids to want to know who those old characters are.
Or watch it on Disney Plus, the new streaming service from Disney.
There you go.
How dare you?
Like they need
We
more
do no
money.
promotion for that.
How busy was that dry cleaning department a week ago?
Oh, God.
A lot of fur.
They had some problems. Little John lost his hat because
Oh, no.
they hadn't used it in so long that his hat just wasn't on very good.
Oh.
Okay.
You know,
No, not that. Oh, my
Me
gosh.
too.
Pete.
Emil had some
Oh,
issues. Things are not going well. They're they're
They'll
literally
figure it
it's
out.
like you going to the back of your closet and be like, I haven't worn this in forever.
I do
So,
love
somebody in chat for the post show make a Little John mashup with
Yeah.
what Pete just did there. I need to see
I would
that.
have to say I love how classic that Little John is too. You don't get to see these sort of awkward designed costumes anymore. It is, I've never understood why he's got to be so tall, but it's sort of lovely how awkward that costume is for who's ever in it. So
Yeah.
it's nice in 90s.
No one's in it, Nathan.
That's a
Little
70s
John.
costume.
I think if you're watching this,
Not safe for magic. There we go.
Come on, it's a family show. Go back to see you real late.
Speaking of magic, Mickey's Mixed Magic. Hey, look at that.
not bad.
This has come out. It is a thing that exists, and the show's really catchy. I watched this just before we went on air. I think it sounds amazing. The fireworks are fine. The projections are pretty neat. I am a fan of the music here. Let me just pull up something for us to look at while we've got this going on.
Oh, I was
has
thinking
has
not
anybody
watching it,
seen
I'm
this
gonna
in
be
person?
there.
Nah, let's pull up the.
Oh yeah, Pete, you're actually gonna get to see something.
I'm actually gonna get to see something. I'm gonna go there in a few weeks,
Yeah.
and I didn't
We
watch it on
thought you
purpose,
weren't
but
gonna
now I'll
get a
watch it.
show.
Well,
Yeah.
I'll try and keep it
No,
minimal
it's all
then
right.
for your
It's all
sake.
right. No, it's all good. I probably should watch it because I work here.
Fair.
Here's what I love about this show. Here's what I love about this show, and I like about Mickey's Celebration. They're finally using new design
Projections.
Mickey in stuff.
Oh.
And I love. I'm gonna ignore Pete like usual. I love newly designed Mickey, and I know there's some backlash to it, but I just
Some.
yeah, well, that's minimal. I think it's great. I think it's the best the characters looked in years, and I love that they're using it and they're implementing it into the parks more, which is the whole point of redesigning Mickey, is being able to use it. So it's good that it's finally making its way into some not permanent things, but shows and things of that nature.
If I can be triggered for a moment. I don't like
Go for it.
flat Mickey. That's what those of us who don't really care for. Not that the cartoons are bad; they're very enjoyable.
Right.
I don't want flat Mickey on merchandise. I think people are making that known because none of it's moving. And I don't want flat Mickey. This show is weird musically. I get the idea you want to do something new. We're not doing orchestral, big sweeping scores for a fireworks show. This I don't know. Lighting wise and firework wise, it looks like it's as good, if not better, than most shows they've had in recent memory. But musically, it's This was like, we need something different until Star Wars. Let's try this thing, and I just look forward to it. There's a reason why Remember Dreams Come True keeps coming back, because they keep doing weird minimalistic fireworks shows like this, and I don't know when they're just gonna do a good show.
Yeah.
Would you prefer?
Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, Tom, do you prefer tan face Mickey over flat Mickey? Because I can't stand tan face Mickey.
You mean Park Mickey? I like
And
Park.
Besides meet and greet characters, tan faced Mickey.
I don't dislike tan Mickey. It still
He's
looks like Mickey.
all day. The guy's gonna have a.
You don't get to see bare flesh. You don't get to see bare flesh on a mouse. It's weird. That's all I gotta say.
Listen, Disney
unless it's
in
Bear.
California is taking two of the things they've been doing so well in the last year and combining them: projections and dance parties, EDM music, using the streets, I'm going to keep saying this every show I'm on. And Small World. Again, I'm going to be there. I'm excited to see it. I haven't watched the entire thing yet until right now with everyone else. I'm trying to keep it a surprise, but it's cute. They have to do something. They're doing obviously, a ton of work on that castle. So they have to do something too, because now you don't have anything to bounce off that castle. You just have construction walls. So we'll see. Again, this is the low time. They're trying to pull everyone in before June, and the chaos begins.
That's fair. Moving on from there to some resort news. Riviera Resort got some announcements recently. It is now open for. Is it now open for reservations, or just opening up for reservations soon?
I hope it's open for reservations,
cash.
because I booked a closet.
Well, there you go.
I booked one of the closet rooms.
Well, we can take a look at what all those rooms look like, because we
there's
also
my
have the floor
closet.
plans.
There it is. But Tom, where will you sleep? Fear not.
Well,
The bed comes out.
Look at there.
that wall's gonna pull down into the sofa.
You get to be the
What?
Eddie Valiant you never know you wanted to
Only
be.
$500 a night for a bed
$500
that
a night
comes
for a
out of the
pull-down
wall.
bed.
My
Yeah,
God.
great.
Do we know how many points? Do you have
Around
all of them?
17,000, I think.
All of the
Yeah,
points.
You have to pool with everyone you
Look at
know.
this.
That is,
All right,
look at that
there's-
tiny room.
Look at that tiny room.
It's a
However, it's a
like-
European theme, guys. It's a European theme. If you've ever stayed in a European hotel, this is kind
Yeah, it
of
looks like a
roomy.
European Hyatt is what it looks like.
Yeah.
Just be
Or
glad you
like
don't have a
this-
shared bathroom.
This is twice the size of an apartment in Manhattan.
I don't know about that.
About the same price.
Yeah.
Probably about the size of an apartment.
It's close. Apartments in Manhattan then have the beautiful balcony. That's extra.
On the balcony.
Where the door is blatantly hitting the chair, and that you would think they wouldn't do that in that concept art or the floor plan, but the chair is being hit by the door in that picture.
Yeah, let's go back to that. Yeah, you can.
Can we talk
I
about
would-
how?
Wow, look at that on the balcony there.
Yeah.
Definitely
Oh,
clips it.
Yeah.
They don't have
They're
time
unimpressive.
to look at this floor plan.
What?
They're very busy.
You,
Let's
you
take a
have
quick
to
look at the
forget,
other
though,
ones.
This is
They
brought
gotta
to you by the
design
same company that had
reflections.
Reflections. We only say it in a whisper over here. Reflection.
Yeah, I think this is like one of those Disney situations where they were like, let's just throw out some pricing and see if people will be crazy enough to do it. Because, I mean, it almost, they say it looks like modern and chic, but it looks like your standard hotel. I've traveled for many years for work, and most of these
Yeah.
rooms have just like this clean, white aesthetic, standard muted colors. Like, I mean,
Yep.
the thing I'm most excited about, obviously, is Topolino up top. Like that, even in the concept art, it looks amazing. It's like California Grill-esque, where you have these sweeping views, and even in the concept art, you could see like the Tower of Terror, and I'm sure you could see Epcot. So that's going to be the huge draw. But the
rooms are
pricing on this,
so muted.
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, it
So
really is.
muted and white and plain and boring.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's nothing
Well-
fun going on here.
No, because you
Unless,
notice
of course,
the
they're setting us
Disney.
up for projections on these walls.
Oh,
Maybe.
It's a perfect.
But
Go ahead.
if you notice, though, the Disney touch on these pictures is having a Disney movie on the television
Yep.
in each of the pictures. Like, that's the only Disney touch in any of
Well, there's a
these.
beauty.
It's, oh, look,
yeah,
there's a
that's
Disney
the-
movie.
yeah.
It's the TV. It's not a
Mhm.
painting. It's not a nod.
Supposedly
It's
the
the
art
television.
is like. Supposedly that art is based on famous European artists who would have painted in that vicinity, but it will have like something Disney about it. We can't see it clear enough in those pictures, but that's what they.
I'll give them that. I'll give them that if that's true. But clearly,
it's still plain and it's all the same.
I mean,
It really is.
Well,
All
and
the
even if that's
same.
true, it didn't translate in the pictures because then again, they photoshopped the Disney movies onto the television screens.
Yep.
Yeah.
it's not-
Or maybe that's
Like we promised it's a Disney hotel. This is not a Hilton.
tan-faced
Couldn't
Mickey
tell.
will not reside in this hotel. This is white.
Neither will Flatness Mickey.
to match the
Neither.
wall.
Yeah.
Yes.
Neither.
And he'll be 2D.
Nor will the Incredibles because they're going to be over on Incredible Street. That which is going
That's not
on
the actual
right now.
name. That was just the bullet point I gave you.
No, it's isn't it Unisaburg? It's
Yeah.
Pixar
Pixar
Place.
Avenue.
It's-
Pixar Avenue.
It's
Pixar
Incredible
Avenue.
Street. I don't care. I'm
Pixar
calling
Avenue
it
in Metroville in Unisaburg.
Yes.
What just happened?
This is it's called Disney Confusion.
It's called
I'm
Do a Thing
confused.
Fast. and
So
throw up some
what we're
stuff.
talking about, for those who don't know, there's an Incredibles celebration, or an incredible celebration, I should say, going on in Hollywood Studios in Pixar Place. We have a meet and greet with Edna Mode, which is probably my favorite part of this entire thing. You can see the suit she's designed. You can meet the character. I really do wish it was a face character, but you can meet with Edna. You've got a dance party, because of course you do.
doubt.
And you don't have a Where's Jack Jack scavenger hunt yet because it's not fully operational.
Or
What?
is it the?
You're
or
telling me
is it
that
the-
Disney missed a deadline?
No, or it might be the best scavenger hunt ever. And no one's found it.
Never.
Disney's stepping their game up. This is a scavenger
They
hunt
wouldn't
for real
put Mike and
detectives.
Sully in the hallway to meet people. That would
wouldn't
never
happen.
happen. Disney.
I will say, here's a positive. I like the retro-looking televisions that they're framing the projecting like screens in. I think that's
Yeah.
fun.
It
And
really
I like the
is.
maybe it's
Streetosphere
not.
guys too. The
Yeah,
reporter
they're
guys
getting
are
work.
awesome too.
Yeah, Streetosphere is doing some
That's the
work.
highlight.
I like that.
Anything
it's
with
something-
Streetosphere is gonna be amazing to me. So that's the highlight of this. Obviously, everyone knows how I feel about dance parties, especially on dead end streets at Hollywood Studios. So the
You mean all
Streetosphere,
of
the
them?
being on TV, yeah, it's all dead ends. Yeah.
It's all
That is
Hollywood
true.
Studios,
Every-
a dead end street.
Every street dead ends. That's actually correct.
Yeah.
I've never thought about that. Yeah, even Toys Andy's backyard even dead ends.
Yep.
Yep.
So, but anyway, Streetosphere. Now that we eliminated some of it with budget cuts, I'm happy to see some of it back. I like the big over-the-top stuff. I like that they have the cameraman right there, so it's cool for the families and the kids. They can see themselves up on the TV screen. I know that's a huge deal for kids. You know, I just did it with my niece, and
Oh, yeah.
she got to be on the TVs and whatnot. So it was really cool. And not there, but in other shows when you see yourself up on the TV. So I think this is a great thing to do. Yeah. What else were you gonna do with that? It's sitting empty until Star Wars, so got to do something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a
good
quick
use
of it.
thing. You need stuff,
well,
so
You do, and I think it's good that they clearly put a little bit of effort into it too. They didn't. I mean, they kind of did, but clearly thought was put into what they were going to put up. I think Edna's meet and greet looks fantastic.
Yes.
I think I said it on news tonight. I wish she talked.
Yep.
If there were one other
we said the same
character
thing. Yeah.
besides Mickey that I want to talk, it's Edna because I want her to critique people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Can you just
that would be
imagine
so much
kids
fun.
going in there like wearing costumes and stuff like that, or people Disney bounding,
Right.
and her just dressing them down?
Uh-huh.
Oh, it'd be great. I think this was more permanent,
Fantastic.
we would have seen something like that where like she can critique and interact with the audience. But this is a temporary
seen-
fix because what else is there for kids to do?
all right. I've seen some videos of her giving a little bit of sass, non-verbally. So it's fun that they're playing with
Good.
the character and doing stuff. So
Good.
We
it's
didn't need
something.
dialogue.
Yeah.
We had faces.
Whoa.
Hollywood Studios.
Old reference. I love it. All right, and closing out the show tonight, let's talk a little bit about the Festival of the Arts. It started up this week.
Oh, a free PDF.
Yeah, hey, look at that.
Oh,
We have this great PDF guide that you can download that tells you about everything at Festival of the Arts. You can also go to wdwnt.art. Yes, that's a real website. You can go there and get a full overview of the Festival of the Arts. List of all the booths. We review everything at them. You can get a full guide map and everything up there. Check it out if you haven't. We're going to real quick just go around the room and have everybody talk a little bit about something. Tom, why don't you talk a little bit about the food? Because you've actually, I think, had this food.
Since I went. Yes, since I went and did it. The thing about Festival of the Arts is so little of the menus have changed compared to other festivals, even though we did eat a lot of new things. In total, I think it was something like 15% of the menus actually changed. There's so much good stuff that stayed, like the risotto at Masterpiece Kitchen is still there. Then there's a couple of good new things. The paintbrush churros were surprisingly good. There's good stuff out there. I think this is the strongest festival as far as food, and you wouldn't think that because there's food and wine, and then they've been doing flower and garden, garden marketplaces or whatever they call them, even longer than this event. But this event, I feel like they try harder. There's a sushi donut that it takes them like a while to actually build the rice donut to make it, and so there's a little bit of a wait just because it is sort of this art piece, and there's a lot of really great stuff, and you just go through the PDF and the reviews. I don't have to waste everybody's time going through everything here.
It's fair.
I would say,
yeah. What do you want to say? Yeah,
I was going to pick up where he left off, but also in terms of, I have another positive as well. But I was going to say with the food too, I just love the presentation too, on top of just the taste and the time they put into it. I'm not sure if that's because crowds are less, because it's a dead time of year, but they can spend more time per plate. But the presentations are beautiful. And speaking of beautiful things, I love that this year that there were these unannounced little vignettes or paintings or whatever they are around the world showcase. Mm-hmm. And it's these little things that I love more than anyone else. Like, this is my Disney happy place. Putting these little things in where you can walk around and find these things or have the kids point them out. And and they're so small and so little, and we don't even know if we've seen them all yet or if there's more to come. But yes, just how they did it. And I actually thought, I think they kind of, I'm not sure if everyone out there knows who Banksy is, but where they use some of them to kind of interact with actual objects that are in the World Showcase, where kind of Banksy will paint like something in front of a fire hydrant or a gutter. If you don't know who that is, you can look it up. But I just think it's so cool how they play these little paintings. Like, that is perfect. That little guy right there.
Me? Who even know? Most people don't even know what that is.
Yeah, it's a
it's a neat little Ben Franklin with the key, and then Abu playing with the little pot. That is so cool, and this is so perfectly Disney, and so what I like to call old school Disney, where it's just the little things. The little things are back, and that makes me happy and optimistic. So this really made me just smile, and now I have to find a way to sneak down to Disney before the festival ends. Dang.
Fair. Ashley, I think you had one that was a little less positive.
Yeah, unfortunately, and don't get me wrong, Festival of the Arts is my favorite festival. I love it so much. I love Disney art, like everybody said. The food is fantastic. They try harder. I think they do a really great job, and they have out of the gate. Although I will say, and it kind of points to why we can't have nice things, I'm a little disappointed that there are already pictures coming out of people taking the paint by numbers paint and painting all over the ground. Why? I get if a kid drops and spills paint, but this is clearly intentional,
they put a drop cloth
the
down.
ground. And
someone literally wrote
Yeet.
Yeah. But people are tagging their YouTube channels, and they put a drop cloth down. But now we're just gonna need an extra cast member to supervise the paints.
Sorry guys, I'm just trying to really push the YouTube channel now. So.
But come on, that is actual concrete. It's gonna do damage to the sidewalks, and that.
Well, they're gonna repave it anyway. They did last year. Actually, that strip is. They actually just replaced that strip every year, because you could see from last year where they did it. They went down and cut the pavement and just repaved it. Yeah,
they probably just sandblasted it.
But it still just irks me that people are doing it in the first place, and that needs to be a thing. And some of the words written down there isn't completely vulgar, but somebody tried to be vulgar and couldn't spell, so.
But there's a cast member who hands you the paintbrush, and there's a cast member at the end who collects the paintbrushes. And granted, I know it's very busy, but someone should be supervising too. We can't trust the entire public.
I think-
They budget cut the cast member who makes sure people don't paint the ground, I guess.
I guess, but I mean, there are people. I could wholeheartedly believe though that cast members were kind of told like, just don't even bother argue. Like,
Well, they're going to
Don't-
repave anyway.
don't go over there and correct them. Yeah, it's not worth some angry tweet or somebody going to guest relations and complaining that they were yelled at.
Putting you on some sort of maintenance list.
And have you seen these artists with the chalk on the ground? Unbelievable.
People just show up and they make these elaborate chalk drawings.
How
They're
dare
using
they?
stencils. Ugh.
All right, there's one, we're way over time, but I want to just make sure everybody gets something. Nathan, you wanted to talk about something that I think this is amazing, and I really want to try this, but I probably won't get a chance to.
Well, I'll mention it really quickly and then mention another thing because Tom already sort of covered it. But the sushi donut, which I think you have a photo of, is I think probably going to be one of the highlights of the festival. I think it's going to be the thing. Both the fan and the
That looks
basic
so
will
good.
want.
I'm ordering
it is
sushi
fun
right now.
and it's really good. And I think this is I think this is going to be a thing that sticks around. So Tom sort of talked about that. So the other thing that this is sort of funny. You don't have any photos of this, but one thing that stuck out to me this year is last year there was a photo of Figment on top of Spaceship Earth with Tinkerbell, I believe. And this year, I'm seeing a trend. And there's a lot of Figments, but I'm seeing a trend for chubby Figment. There is a love for a little with Figment with a little thickness, with a little
Figment.
a little
Oh my god.
That's what everybody
Figment
calls him.
Yeah, Figment is in, and he is popular, and it's sort of enjoyable. There's like at least two, maybe three different artists that have done their own Figments this year, and it's fun. It's a nice way it's a different look at the character. So check those out if you haven't yet. So
I
Yeah,
mean,
Jerry
now that he
Chapman,
can't go on
he did
adventures
a,
with Dreamfinder, he's kind of put on a few pounds.
yeah, he ate all the sushi donuts.
Oh.
He did a sequel piece, the same artist that did the one last year. There's one this year where
Yes.
he's in the balloon. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, good grief.
Very nice. I love positivity.
Yeah.
What a great way to end the show.
Nothing wrong with being thick.
There we go. All right, folks, that's going to do it for this week.
And on
This,
that note,
speaking of thick, this show was a little bit longer than normal.
Epcot. Figment.
But yes, thank you folks for joining us. Hope you enjoyed the show. If you did, there are plenty of other shows that WDWNT puts out that you might want to check out, like these.
Dreamfinders is WDW News Today's podcast all about the creative culture surrounding Disney parks. Curious what it's like to read poetry about the Haunted Mansion? Well, we've talked to someone who has. How about what it takes to actually build a Disney castle? We've chatted with a guy who did just that. Authors, Imagineers, dancers, actors, photographers, filmmakers, and a whole lot more have all stopped by to chat about how Disney has inspired their artistic work. Dreamfinders. Episodes drop every other Tuesday on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcatcher.
Ride Rehab is the podcast of ridiculously reskinning, refurbishing, and even removing Disney attractions, shows, areas, and parks. Can we cram Star Wars or Marvel into anything else? Just listen and find out. Visit riderehab.com to start listening now. That's riderehab.com.
WDWNT Nerd Alert is the podcast that encompasses all things Marvel and Star Wars in a fun and entertaining format. On each episode, we take a look at the latest news, provide reviews for the latest feature films, inform you about what is going on in the comic book world, and discuss and debate original topics pertaining to the worlds of Marvel, Star Wars, and beyond. Find us on various podcast applications by searching for WDWNT Nerd Alert.
The WDW News Today podcast is the one that started them all. Join us for comprehensive history segments, heated debates, epic countdowns, and more from the Disney theme parks around the globe. Just search for WDW News Today in whatever podcast service you choose.
Last but certainly not least is WDWNT's premiere show, WDW News Tonight. Join us every Thursday night at 9 p.m. for a live weekly audio and video show that combines the latest headlines, comedy, trending vacation topics, call-in games, and in-depth discussions. to bring Disney fans a one-of-a-kind 2-hour program covering the Disney parks. If you can't catch the show live, you can always watch it later on YouTube or listen to it through your desired podcast service.
Little early for that. There we go. So go ahead and check those out if you haven't already.
I guess.
Also, if you are one of our Wigs members, we will have a post show tonight, so be sure to stick around for that. If you're not a Wigs member, head over to patreon.com/WDWNT to join the WDWNT Interglobe Society, or Wigs. For as little as $2 a month, you can get access to our live post shows for See a Real Late. Access to See a Real Late, post shows for WDW News Tonight, and plenty of other wonderful benefits like the entire podcast backlog. So go ahead and check that out. Again, that's patreon.com/WDWNT. And like I said, there's a post show, so if you're sticking around for that, we will see you in a moment. Otherwise, we will see you next week.
Ba-bum, ba-bum, bum. Da-da-da-dum.